What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the review that I think everybody has been waiting for me to do, and this one that I have been waiting for over a year to do, and that is for, I would say, 2019's most anticipated film, Avengers Endgame. So here we are, 10 years and 22 films later. Whew. This movie right here was probably some of the best cinematic, I would say, journey that I have ever seen in my 29 going on 30 years of being on this earth. First off, I have to give a huge kudos to the marketing team for this movie. If y'all didn't realize, they literally took the first few minutes of this movie, chopped it up, and gave us teasers, trailers, TV spots, commercials, at promotion after promotion, using the same footage, and still managed to be able to pull people in. I mean, this is 10 years of build-up right here, 22 films of build-up. And let me give you a little story before I get into the review. When I went to go order my tickets, the day that the tickets went on sale, which was on April 2nd, I was trying to get through on my AMC app. The app crashed, which means the site crashed. And then I had to go on the Fandango to get my tickets. I had to wait 3 hours on an online line just to get my tickets. And let me tell you, it was well worth the wait, because this movie right here was everything that I wanted. It was everything that I needed and a whole lot more. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers in this film, because a lot of people want to see this film, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to see it and hasn't seen it as of yet. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you did not get your tickets for this weekend, 9 times out of 10, you will have to wait until next week, because what I did was I went online and I looked to see what the seating arrangements were, and pretty much all the showings were sold out. As a matter of fact, you had showings of this movie as early as 8 o'clock a.m. for some places, all the way up into 2:15 a.m. the next day. And even those were selling. So people are literally going to run out to see this movie. And I have a prediction that this might be the first $3 billion global film. Right now, the film that holds that title of over 2 point whatever billion dollars is Avatar, has had that position for the last 10 years. But I think Avengers Endgame might be the one to eclipse it. Now, basically, Avengers Endgame picks up 22 days after what happened in Infinity War. So you know how in Infinity War it was a heist movie to get all the stones, Thanos to get all the stones and to snap his fingers and then wipe out half of life on Earth. This movie is like a time heist, or a time travel type of film. And you know what, that didn't shock me, because the Russo brothers, the directors of this film, actually said that this is what this movie was going to be. It was going to be a time travel film. And at first I was wondering how exactly they were going to do that, because I said this is going to be confusing as hell for a lot of people, and it's a 3-hour film. And I'm shocked that I was able to sit in my seat the entire time. As much as I did have to drink, it was times when I didn't want to go to the restroom, but I held it together because I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to miss a moment of this film, and I was able to hold it together and make it all the way to the end. But basically, it's a time travel film. So you basically have Ant-Man, who was still in the quantum realm. People were trying to figure out, based on the previews, how did he get out. I'm not going to reveal how he got out, because it's that would be a spoiler. But he eventually gets out, and he is like the key as to how they have to go back and get the stones through the time travel and through everything like that, in order to create a new gauntlet, in order to undo everything that has been done. And what I liked about what they did was they actually infused the previous films, like the Avengers, like the first Avengers movie, Captain America. They literally went back 10 years and went to various films in order to go back and get where the stones originated from, in order to come back to build this new gauntlet and pretty much create a whole new situation. And let me tell you right now, the best part of this movie had to be the third act of the film. Now, the Russo brothers said that in Infinity War, there would be this huge 40-plus person battle. In Infinity War, we didn't get that. We didn't get that. However, I think what they were trying to tell us was that we're not going to use it for this film, but we're going to save it for this film. And that's as much as I'm going to say for that. All I'm going to say is the third act of this film right here was epic. What a way to end this franchise. Now, a lot of people like myself thought that Endgame was going to be the end of Phase 3, and that Far From Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, would kick off Phase 4. But it turns out that Spider-Man Far From Home is going to end Phase 3, and Phase 4 will kick off next year with Black Widow's solo film. Now, I'm not going to tell you like what casualties happened in the film, because there were some casualties. And you know, anything of that nature. I don't know if there was any post-credit film, post-credit scenes and everything like that. I heard that there weren't, but I'm not sure if there were, if there weren't, because I actually ended up leaving right after they did the first little round of credits. And usually they'll show a post-credit scene after a certain part, but they didn't show one, so I'm only going to assume that there wasn't one. But I will tell you this: you will laugh and you will cry more than once in this film. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And the reason I'm saying that is because you have grown in it. Like, if you follow this franchise since 2008 when Iron Man kicked off, and it's crazy to think about it, when Iron Man came out, I was only 19. I was a sophomore in college when the first MCU movie got made. And now I'm 29. Like, that's crazy. So it's like this movie had, like, this franchise has been a part of me for the last decade, and it's like you grow with these characters, you get attached. So when things happen to people that you like drawn yourself attached to, then, you know, it's a bottle of emotions when you see some of them have to go, unfortunately. And, you know, also, you know, because contracts are up, people want to go on and do other things. But this franchise right here has built and rebuilt a lot of people's careers. People who have may have been famous before this franchise now are even more known, or people who were new to the industry who we didn't know now have built a career thanks to this franchise. Like, I really enjoy this film. I don't even think I can grade this on a scale out of 10, because it would be beyond a 10 for me. The story was great. The pacing, everything was good. It had good comedic timing whenever it needed to be. They didn't overdo it like they do what they do with some films, but I just cannot get over that third act. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That third act, that whole scene right there, and I'm not going to explain what happened in that scene because I don't want to spoil it for nobody, actually brought tears to my eyes. Like, when something happened and it was like something, and then you saw something else, the crowd cheered. I'm going to leave it at that. Something just happened in that part right there, and everybody just went crazy. But all in all, Avengers Endgame is a must-see film. It really is. And it feels like the 3 hours went by kind of fast. But, you know, I really thoroughly enjoyed this film. I'm going to miss this franchise. I've seen every MCU movie. I may have missed some as far as not going to the theaters to see them, but I have seen every single one. Even the ones that were deemed not popular or well received by critics, I saw those too because I wanted to follow the storyline. It's just kind of hard to believe that this is the last Avengers film right here. Like, this is the end. Like, there won't be another Avengers film after this, unless they plan on doing some kind of new Avengers later down the line. But hopefully they don't do it so soon. Like, take a break from it and then come back and revisit it later with newer characters and things of that nature. And everything, like the ending, the movie ended exactly the way that it needed to go. Like, if this is called Endgame, it has to have the proper ending, and I truly believe that this movie ended the way that it should have been. And I knew the light was gonna cut. I knew that the light was gonna cut out on me because it always is on the timer. But I'm almost at the end of the review anyway. But Avengers Endgame, awesome movie, amazing movie. If you're a fan of the franchise, do yourself a favor, go and see it. I actually went and saw it in the Dolby format because I said I need to hear and feel everything. And that's exactly what I got. I saw it with a crowd of people, and, you know, it's nothing better than seeing a film like that with a huge crowd of fans like yourself. And I really enjoyed myself. I would probably go see it again. Of course, it wouldn't be during this weekend because there's no way I would be able to get into it. But definitely check out Avengers Endgame whenever you get a chance. The movie was phenomenal. It was well written, well acted. I'm going to miss these characters. I really am. It's going to be crazy knowing that, you know, going forward, that there's going to be a new set of characters. But, you know, that's what they got to do. You know, you got to, when out with the old and in with the new, and bring in a new crop of characters. I know it's going to be hard to adjust to some newer characters, but you know, the story's been told. What else can you do with the characters that have already been fleshed out at us? There's really no much more story that you can possibly tell before you start hitting people over the head and they get tired of them. So it pretty much ended on the note that I wanted it to end on. I'm not disappointed. I had high expectations already, and the movie exceeded those already high expectations. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this review down in the comments. I don't know if I'm gonna do a spoiler type review. I might, but I might, if I do one, I might do it in the form of a live stream, and I might have maybe some people on who have seen the movie, and we can do like a spoiler type discussion through a live stream. But I wouldn't do it so soon. I would probably wait about a week or later on in the week, you know, to see as time has passed and see if people want to actually do something like that, and then we will go from there. But it's just a suggestion. It doesn't have to happen, but if it does, that'll be amazing. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the review for Avengers Endgame down in the comments. Does my review make you want to go see the film, or were you already going to see the film even without my review? And I will talk to you in the next one.